Can you believe it? In 2013, there was a 1-year-old girl standing at a Beijing bus stop with less than 100 yuan left in her pocket, having to call her mom 3,000 kilometers away in Urumqi just to borrow another 200 yuan for a casting ticket. She sat on a 48-hour bus ride carrying only one worn-out suitcase, 2 crumpled outfits, a cold lunchbox her mom hurriedly packed, and a dream that burned brighter than anything. That girl is Dilraba, the same woman who today owns an estimated $15 million, is paid millions by Dior, L'Oreal, Mikimoto just to hold their bags, is listed by Forbes Asia among the most powerful, and is worshipped by hundreds of millions as the Xinjiang goddess. She herself said on Sina in 2018, "The first time I came to Beijing for an audition, my mom gave me exactly 500 yuan. I spent it all in 3 days and had to starve for 2 more days waiting for the result. Some days I only ate 1 steamed bun all day, but I still smiled because I knew I was born to stand in front of the camera. No home, no connections, no contract, no savings. No one believed she would make it, only a crazy belief that she would." In 2013, her first chance came when she was invited to audition for CCTV's Anarhan. She borrowed money from her mom for a one-way flight ticket, leaving Xinjiang for the first time. The role was inspired by her own grandmother, a famous dancer, so she acted with her whole heart. When the drama aired, she won Best New Actress at the Shanghai International Film Festival, but the pay was only a few thousand yuan. She then signed with Jaywalk Studio under Yang Mi and officially debuted. Yet the early days in Beijing were the darkest nightmare of her life. Living in an 8-person dorm, each claiming a corner of a bunk bed, every night filled with snoring, homesick, crying, and the smell of instant noodles everywhere. She once said, "Some months I only had 300 yuan to live on for the whole month. Had to walk 2 hours from the dorm to the set to save 2 yuan on bus fare. Some days I was so hungry I picked up leftover bread from the crew and ate it." In 2014, a supporting role in V King of Cards pay so low it wasn't even enough for rent. In 2015, her first lead in Diamond Lover, but as a rookie, she was scolded in front of the entire crew by the director. "You only have a pretty face. Your expressions are zero. Don't even dream of being a leading actress." Those words cut like a knife. She cried all night in the bathroom so no one would hear. But the next morning, she showed up earliest on set, practiced expressions in the mirror for 5 straight hours, eyes swollen, lips trembling, still refused to give up. She told herself, "If I quit now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life." She shared in a 2020 interview, "I thought about quitting the industry so many times. Some nights I sat alone on the dorm balcony, looking at Beijing's bright lights and crying. I missed my mom, missed the smell of the desert sand in Xinjiang, missed dancing under 40-degree heat just to earn a few dozen yuan for tuition. I asked myself why I came here, why I suffered like this. But then I remembered my mom's words, 'You were born with eyes that can speak, don't let them go to waste.' That memory pulled her back up every time she wanted to let go. From 2013 to 2016, for 3 long years, her name was still just the pretty Xinjiang girl. No one recognized her talent yet. She was called a vase by anti-fans, mocked by netizens as all looks no skill. But she never fought back, only silently trained 16-18 hours a day, trained until she fainted on set and still refused to rest. From the girl who starved, who was told she couldn't act, who almost quit just because she was broke, Dilraba stood strong. And just 1 year later, all of Asia would kneel before this name. In 2016, when almost everyone had forgotten the name Dilraba, destiny knocked really hard. She was invited to audition for the supporting role of Li Susu in the mega shansha drama Eternal Love, 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, starring Zhao Yuting and Yang Mi. It was a role nobody paid attention to, but during the final audition, director Lin Yufen looked straight into her big round eyes and said one sentence that changed her entire life. "You're not right for Li Susu." You were born to play Bai Fengju, the second female lead, the naughtiest, most lovable nine-tailed fox in the history of Chinese fantasy, a role that dozens of A-list stars were fighting for. She was stunned, couldn't believe her ears. This role was originally meant for someone with much bigger fame, but the director bet everything on the expressive eyes and radiant smile of the 4-year-old girl from Xinjiang. She took the role and threw herself into training like a madwoman, 18 hours a day, no days off. She learned how to smile so it sparkled like desert sunlight, how to cry so beautifully it broke hearts, even how to swing the 9 fox tails naturally. She once said behind the scenes, "Some days I practiced crying until my eyes swelled up like walnuts. My assistant told me to rest, but I said no. I have to cry even prettier, because Fengju is never allowed to cry ugly." On the 30th of January 2017, the drama officially aired. After just the first episode, the entire country went crazy for the little 9-tailed fox Bai Fengju. The scene of her in the red dress, jumping off the Jushen Terrace, the scene of her hugging Emperor Donghua while sobbing, the scene of her playfully teasing Bai Qian. Every single one became a phenomenon. Views skyrocketed, surpassing 50 billion on Tencent Video alone, and even more when adding Youku and iQIYI. Douban gave it 8/9/10, a dream score for the Shanxia genre. Weibo crashed repeatedly because of the hashtags number Baifengju, number Dilraba. Overnight, the name Dilraba went from just a pretty vase mocked by aunties to the new goddess of television, the most beautiful fox in history. Her pay jumped 100 times, from a few tens of thousands of yuan per episode to millions of yuan per project, even tens of millions for a whole drama. She bought her parents their first apartment in Beijing, paid off all the old tuition debts for the family, and for the first time dared to buy herself an authentic Dior bag. She once laughed on a live stream, "The first time I held 1 billion yuan in my hands, I was shaking so hard I couldn't believe it. I called my mom and cried for 30 minutes straight. All she said was, 'You've suffered enough, now it's time to enjoy life.'" The same year, 2017, she starred in Pretty Li Huizhen, the Chinese remake of Korea's She Was Pretty, and the ratings exploded again, over 30 billion views. In 2018, at the age of 26, she became the youngest actress in history to win Best Actress at the China TV Golden Eagle Award, the most prestigious television award in China, the equivalent of an American Emmy. That night on stage, wearing a white dress, she sobbed and said, "I thank my mom in Xinjiang. I thank the days I starved in the dorm. I thank the people who told me I couldn't act. Without them, I wouldn't be standing here today." That sentence made the entire audience fall silent and then applaud for a full 3 minutes. The same year, Dior officially made her their first Asian ambassador. L'Oréal Paris signed a global contract worth millions of dollars. Mikimoto crowned her with pearls. From the girl who used to walk 2 hours to save 2 yuan on bus fare, she now walked the red carpets of Cannes, Milan, and Paris in haute couture gowns worth tens of thousands of dollars. From 0 yuan in 2013 to millions of dollars in 2018, it took exactly 5 short years. And that was only the beginning of a legend. In 2019, Dilraba had no intention of letting anyone forget her. She dropped the sequel Eternal Love of Dream, the official spin-off of Eternal Love, this time as the absolute female lead, the grown-up Bai Fengju who was both adorable and heart-wrenchingly painful. The moment it aired, it completely dominated. 70 billion views in just 4 months. Douban 8/10. Weibo crashed for 3 straight days because everyone was clipping the 7-minute kiss scene with Gao Weiguang in the lotus pond, the scene of her flying in a red dress across the sky, the scene of her kneeling and sobbing in front of Emperor Donghua. Even in 2025, open Douyin or TikTok and you'll still see millions of reposted clips of those moments. Her pay at this point shot up to 100 million yuan per project, a number she wouldn't even dare look at back in 2013. Forbes China Celebrity 100 put her in the top 10 for the first time, and she stayed glued to that spot for 5 straight years. No one under 30 could catch her. In 2020, while the whole world was frozen by the pandemic, she and Yang Yang released You Are My Glory, the sweetest modern romance of the year. The scene of her in pink pajamas, the scene of her gaming with her crush, the scene of her shyly smiling when caught liking the campus god, every single one became a global meme. The drama surpassed 40 billion views in just 2 months and stayed shown on Netflix Asia for 6 straight weeks. She officially became the national goddess, no longer the unknown Xinjiang girl. That same year, she opened her own studio, named Dilraba Studio, completely left Jaywalk Studio, and took 100% control of her career. She chooses her own scripts, directors, and co-stars. A move many called too risky, but just 1 year later, she proved them all wrong. In 2021, she challenged herself with the heavy historical drama, The Long Ballad, alongside Wu Lei. Playing Li Changzhe, a female general disguised as a man, real sword fights, real horse riding, real archery, she fell off a horse and broke her arm but refused a stunt double. She personally performed 90% of the dangerous action scenes. Some days she bled from the head and still laughed. Keep rolling, director! The drama hit 60 billion views, Dubon 8.5, and she won Best Actress at the Huading Awards for the 2nd time. That same year, L'Oréal Paris officially appointed her as the first Asian global ambassador in history. Dior upgraded her to global brand ambassador. Mikimoto gifted her a custom pearl jewelry set worth $2 million just for one photo shoot. Her personal net worth crossed the $10 million mark, and Forbes officially named her one of the richest actresses in China under 30. From 2023 to 2025, she kept dropping blockbusters without giving anyone time to breathe. Prosecution Elite, The Legend of Anlay, The Blue Whisper, and especially the 2 super productions she's been filming non-stop throughout 2024-2025, Sword Rose and Love on the Turquoise Land, each with an investment of over 100 million USD, set to air simultaneously on Tencent and CCTV. She has also been offered a supporting role in a Marvel Phase 6 project. Even though it's not officially announced yet, the rumors alone made Weibo explode for an entire week. As of 2025, her estimated net worth has reached $15 million, according to Forbes and Celebrity Net Worth. She owns homes in Beijing, Shanghai, Los Angeles, a team of over 50 people, and dozens of million-dollar advertising contracts every year. But what makes the whole world love her the most is that she still keeps the same simple personality as the first day. She washes her own clothes in her multi-million-dollar apartment, is obsessed with blueberry yogurt, still calls her mom every night, still grins ear to ear when complimented on her beauty, and still says the same sentence. I'm still that Xinjiang girl who loves spicy food and big dreams. From 0 yuan in 2013 to $15 million in 2025, it only took 12 short years. Everyone keeps asking the same question. 33 years old, the most beautiful woman in CBiz, $15 million in the bank. So who is Dilraba in love with? The official answer from 2013 until today, November 2025, is still only one. Never publicly dated anyone, never admitted to a relationship, never let paparazzi catch her holding hands with anyone outside the set. She said it only once in a 2023 Vogue China interview. When I'm ready, I'll hold that person's hand and stand in front of everyone myself. Until then, please let me focus on work. Yet for 12 whole years, every time she films a drama, Weibo explodes with dating rumors. 2021, 2022, The Long Ballad aired, and the chemistry with Wu Lei was so insane that netizens created a group called Changge Ashi Wedding with over 2 million members. They dug up every glance, every touch, every time Wu Lei wiped her sweat off set. The hashtag number Wu Lei Dilraba Dating stayed shown on hot search for 42 days straight. Shippers made hundreds of thousands of fan cams begging them to go public. She only posted one short story. Thank you all for loving Li Changge and How Do's Ashile Sunday. We are great colleagues and will always be just that. No long explanations, no tears, one sentence, and everything died down. 2024 brought the heaviest rumors with Huang Jingyu after prosecution elite and the legend of On. Chinese Dispatch released photos of them having late-night meals alone, shopping together. Even someone leaked pictures of similar cars parked in front of her Beijing apartment. Then photos of them both in Fukuoka in 2023 surfaced. Aunties attacked her like crazy, calling her a gold digger, a homewrecker, even though Huang Jingyu has never been married. She didn't go live crying, didn't write a long letter, just quietly handed everything to her lawyers. From 2023 to 2025, she sued over 300 defamatory accounts and won nearly 100% of the cases. Beijing courts kept ruling in her favor, forcing aunties to post public apologies on Weibo and pay damages from 50,000 to 300,000 yuan each. One famous 3 million follower account had to live stream crying and apologizing for 10 minutes. She only commented a thank you emoji under that apology, no extra words. In 2025, rumors flared up again with Xiao Zhan after a joint magazine cover. Then someone claimed she was secretly dating a Shanghai businessman. She stuck to her only method: absolute silence. Let the lawyers handle it. Let time speak. Fans call it Dilraba style. Never stoop to explain to aunties. Never prove innocence with tears. Result: the quieter she stays, the cleaner her image becomes, the more endorsement deals roll in. Dior renewed her for another 3 years, L'Oreal doubled her ambassador fee, Mikimoto gifted her another jewelry set, just to thank her for keeping the brand image perfect. And her real daily life is unbelievably simple. In her 500 square meters Beijing penthouse, she still hand washes her own underwear, cooks Xinjiang spicy noodles at 3 a.m. when she misses home. She doesn't have live-in staff, only makeup artists and stylists when there's an event. She video calls her mom at least 3 times a week, sends money back to Urumqi to build schools and clinics for Uyghur children. She still eats dried Xinjiang chili before bed, still hates the cold after 12+ years in Beijing, still grins ear to ear when praised for her beauty and says, "I'm just a Xinjiang girl who loves spicy food." From the girl who starved in an 8-person dorm to the woman who now owns $15 million, she has never lost who she really is. In 2013, a 1-year-old girl stood in the freezing Beijing cold with exactly 37 yuan left in her pocket. So hungry, her vision blurred and her knees shook uncontrollably. She called her mom and sobbed, "Mom, I can't take it anymore. I want to go home." Her mom, 3,000 kilometers away across the desert, said only one sentence: "Baby, you've already walked halfway. If you turn back now, you'll regret it for the rest of your life." That girl hung up, wiped her tears with a torn sleeve, bought one last 2 yuan steamed bun, ate it, then stood up again and dragged her feet to the next audition, even though she had no strength left. Her name was Dilraba. 12 years later, that same girl stood on the Cannes red carpet wearing a $400,000 Dior haute couture gown, named by Forbes among the most powerful women in Asia under 35, with $15 million in her account. Invited by Marvel, worshipped by hundreds of millions as a goddess, paid $3 million by L'Oreal just to hold a lipstick, and she still hand washes her own clothes, still eats blueberry yogurt at 3 a.m., still calls her mom every night and says, "Mom, I did it. I'm so glad I didn't go home that day." From the last 37 yuan in her pocket, from nights so hungry she fainted on set, from being told to her face, "You're just a pretty face." You can't act, from being called a vase by aunties. From nights sitting alone on the 8-person dorm balcony crying silently remembering the smell of Xinjiang desert sand, to making all of Asia kneel for Bai Fengzhu, to driving 70 billion viewers crazy, to winning hundreds of defamation lawsuits so her mom back home wouldn't have to cry, to single-handedly building the Dilraba studio empire, to staying in the Forbes China top 10 for 5 straight years, to rejecting dozens of easy scripts just to take the hardest roles, all in only 12 short years. She never had powerful family backing, never had a rich patron, never used scandals to get famous, never sold her smile cheap. She only had one thing: she never gave up. While others slept, she practiced acting in the mirror for 18 hours. While others cried, she smiled and kept filming. While others ran from rumors, she stayed silent and let the courts speak. While the whole world said she was just beautiful, she answered with 70 billion views, with the youngest Golden Eagle Best Actress in history, with real $15 million, with her own proud silence. This is not a fairy tale. This is 100% reality. This is living proof that you don't need a famous family, you don't need connections, you don't need luck from heaven. All you need is to train when others sleep, to smile when others cry, to never stop even when you're so hungry you collapse. Then from 37 yuan in your pocket, you can reach $15 million. And most importantly, still be yourself, still call your mom every night, still love spicy food like the day you were poor. Remember this name: Dilraba Dilmurat, the Xinjiang girl who turned a desert dream into a global reality. And if today you are struggling, hungry, being insulted, being doubted, remember the one thing Dilraba has proven: don't stop, because the day you stand at the top, the whole world will fall silent and applaud. Thank you for listening to the very last second. If this story touched your heart, leave a like, comment, from 37 yuan to $15 million, and share it so others believe they can do it too. Now, stand up and keep chasing your own dream, just like that Xinjiang girl did.